Anyway, yeah, I'm Klaus from Odyssey. And what do we do? I'm in the business now for 27 years. Started with Symphonic Line, importing yada yada. So Symphonic Line really is the cornerstone, and of course, then we started, producing the Symphonic Line designs on Odyssey here in the US. Anyway, long story short, at this point, obviously we're very established. Even with like Absolute Sound, Product of the Year awards, and Sounds, of course, doing that for many, many years. And the system that we have right now essentially contains the Lorelei speakers that we have right here, the Candela tube reference preamplifier, the Carthago mono amplifiers, and then I have a CD player from Symphonic Line from Germany with the Groneberg cables. So everything is really our / Symphonic Line designs. As you can see right here, the pricing that we have, we take those designs from Germany, we bring the price down 70 to 80% with US manufacturing. We're actually a very small family business where my wife and I pretty much do everything by hand, and my son. So a true family business, a true labor handcrafting business. And this is essentially the system that we're running right now. System as such is a special deal, which by the way is an everyday deal, a system deal. With the cables right now complete is $5,700 for this particular one. We're starting with complete systems for $2,000 and go up from there.
That's great, Klaus. You have a great reputation in the marketplace of delivering some of the best sounding products in the world.
Well, I mean, what it is, if you think about it, the amplifiers and the speakers really are $12,000, $14,000 units, and really good ones. So would I pay $12,000, $14,000? Well, I mean, no, I wouldn't pay for anything for that because I'm trying to get the bang for the buck out there. And if we bring it down about 70, 80%, like I said, to under $2,000 for the monos, for example, that's stupid. It's a stupid deal. And by the way, all of these are not just handmade, but they're also sourced that they're pretty much virtually, actually amplifier and the speakers, 0 parts made in China. So I'm very, very, very keen on that one because I have big problems with that. And we're unique. We're unique in that regard. We're also unique in that everybody, I guess, knows that I'm working very, very late. You can get a hold of me pretty much, at midnight, if you want to. We're also unique in that we provide, well, first of all, we have a money-back guarantee, but we're also providing a 20-year warranty, which I guess only Bryson is really doing that, and it's only valuable because Bryson and us were really available, and we're in the business for over 20 years at this point. But I probably would get one on. I probably would change it to 21 years just because. But anyway, so long story short is that we also put the customer to work. If you order amplifier from us, then I will ask the customer to go and measure the voltage, because the biasing of an amplifier, meaning the internal setup to have its optimum performance, is directly dependent upon the bias. If the bias on the voltage, if the voltage changes, so will the bias. And what we're asking the customer to do is measure the voltage. I will take all of the system information and the electrical information, and then 100% customize it for each and every single customer. Nobody else is doing that, in North America either. I don't know why, but I mean, So, other than that, we have at this point well over 4,500 customers. We have probably about 7,000, 8,000, components out there over the years. And one thing that I'm very, very proud of is that between 90 and 95% of our components are still with the original owner.
That's great.
So it's especially for this hobby. We have a lot of repeat
really
customers.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with me. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the bang for the buck and the performance. It speaks for itself.
Hey, Klaus, what do you have here?
Okay, one of the things that we start doing right now, what we're getting into, actually quite heavily, and especially in the near future, is furniture. I am now actually going into the furniture market. Reason for that is, over the last several years, it really pissed me off that I couldn't find a furniture that in my own room that was big enough, that was customized enough, that was nice enough, massive enough, and affordable enough. I could find some, but they were $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 for heaven's sake. So wait a minute, we have a CNC machine shop. Wait a minute, we do cabinets. So I started, experimenting, and this is the result. It's one of the very first, racks that we make, and they're special. They're very special for several reasons. Number one, these are all 2-inch designs on the board. So it's a sandwich combination of ply and MDF with some special glue in there. And you can get pretty much, of course, any kind of veneer that you want to. And obviously it's very, very heavy. It's very dead. It's very good sounding, actually. Now what we have here on the rounds, we have aluminum tubing. They're either 4, 5, or 6 inches. And as you can see here on the 5-incher, this is a 4-inch by the way, but as you can see here, it just starts out with a 12-foot unit, which we cut then. And then it is heavily and CNC machined. So we machine the plate out here, and then obviously, the difficult thing here is the aluminum to aluminum welding. Once this is done, we hand brush it, and then it will be anodized. So what you come up with is just like what we have here. Mm-hmm. You have essentially a variety of anodization colors, anything that you want, and pretty much infinitively, for the wood combination. This can also be sand-filled for sound quality, obviously. A regular one, just like it's sitting here right now, for example, starting at right around $1,000.
$1,000.
$1,000.
I like hearing that number.
That's it. It really is a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 unit, but at $1,000, and you're really going by tiers. You're going by tier, and you pay per tier because of the machining and because of the wood. That's what you do. And a 3-tier is right around, actually it's under $1,000 for regular. The only things that are given is the depth, which is 24 inches, because obviously of the cutoff. Well, it's 23.5 because of the cutoff of the sheets, and the width, which can be maximum of 96. So anything in between. So you can customize exactly what kind of width you want. You can customize exactly how high you want to have the columns, and we can even laser engrave the name of the owner or business, either in the columns or in the wood. So it can actually be, everything is highly customizable. So really what it is that the customer, essentially it's designing the rack, and we pretty much, make it accordingly. And this whole thing, as far as sonics are concerned, as far as performance is concerned, of what I tried out right now, I'll never say it's the best. There is, because it isn't, and how would you know that? But the performance, nevertheless, is really, really good. So I'm very, very happy with the way how it sounds and the looks. While the wipeability factor is through the roof. You can make everybody happy.
Great. Well, thank you very much. We're going to sit down and do a listen. Thank you very much, Klaus from Odyssey.
Absolutely. And are we still on?
Look at all the lonely people. Look at all the lonely people. Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in the church where a wedding is being. Lives in a dream, waits at the window, wearing the face that she keeps in a jar by the door. Who is it for? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? Father Mackenzie, writing the words of a sermon that no one will hear. No one comes near. Look at him working, down in the socks in the night when there's nobody there. What does he care? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? Look at all the lonely people. Look at all the lonely people. Eleanor Rigby died in the church and was buried along with her name. Nobody came. Father Mackenzie wiping the dirt from his hands as he walks from the grave. No one was saved. Oh, the lonely
excellent sound from Odyssey. Amazingly good sound. That's amazing. $5,700 system.